show at Davenport, it comes highly machete recommended. Thanks, honey, that was amazing. Unsurprisingly. All right, now it's time for the Week in Lady News. Joining us here for the first time is a real deal journalist. Her works have appeared in the Village Voice. She's written for PBS, CNN, lots of other publications, and she's the recipient of Chicago's highest journalism honor, the Peter Lisagor Award. This is the Paper Machete debut of Alison Flowers, everybody.
The world may never know what Bill Gates looks like in his boxer briefs. Well, his briefs anyway, they're probably white. That's because we've never seen him in his underwear. He's never shown us, we've never thought to inquire. The same cannot be said for a half dozen or so female tech executives who just dropped their trousers for a new ad campaign by Dear Kate Underwear. The lingerie line is called the Ada Collection. It's named after the 19th century tech pioneer Ada Lovelace. She created the world's first algorithm, written in her notes to a memoir she translated for an Italian mathematician. Some also consider her the world's first programmer. She sensed that someday computers would do more than mere number crunching. She only lived to see age 36. So now, 170 plus years later, it does make perfect sense that in light of her contributions to women in tech, she would be commemorated by a line of undergarments. In the ads, the powerful women are lounging about in fresh, brightly colored undies in a sun-shining New York City high-rise. Laptops are splayed. The women's photos are paired with inspirational quotes about empowerment. Says one model/exec in the ad, Quiescence Phillips, creator of the Girl Techie campaign. It is important to have more women in technology because women want to solve different problems. Well, we could start by trying to solve the problem that you can't have any real power as a woman until you take off your clothes. This is something Bill Gates has never worried about. Now, even if you keep your clothes on, for the most part, and leverage your talent like the 4-time Golden Globe and Emmy-nominated comedian Sofia Vergara has done, you're still not immune to a little baptism by objectification. At the Emmys on Monday night, the Modern Family actress participated in a stunt by posing on a rotating pedestal, the kind used at auto shows. The joke was that her body would keep the audience entertained while the president of the Academy of Television Arts and Sciences gave some boring, useless speech about the importance of diversity and inclusiveness in Hollywood. You know, like the representation of women and people of color and their access to strong lead roles without being sexualized. So when critics blasted the gag, Vergara defended her choice. She told people to lighten up. Well, she certainly has. The more famous Vergara gets, the blonder she gets. And as nuanced as her role on Modern Family is, let's not forget, folks, that the premise of her character is that an old, rich white guy seeks a trophy wife and ends up saving a South American bombshell and her child from a life of poverty. So all of this was the backdrop to President Barack Obama's announcement Tuesday, which he designated as Women's Equality Day. It marks the certification of the 19th Amendment, when women got the right to vote. Not even 100 years ago. President Obama noted, "Women are succeeding like never before. Their contributions are growing our economy and advancing our nation." He went on, "But despite these gains, the dreams of too many mothers and daughters continue to be deferred and denied." He said, "There's still more work to do and doors of opportunity to open." Indeed, like the opportunity to eat bananas in public without collecting stairs, or the opportunity to walk to work without being harassed by catcallers. One door of opportunity for women was opened this week by a group of 4 male chemistry students from North Carolina State University. The guys won a prize for developing a new nail polish called Undercover Colors. The flashy lacquer changes color when exposed to date rape drugs. In their marketing pitch, they said, "Any woman will be empowered to discreetly ensure her safety by simply stirring her drink with her finger." With at least 1 in 4 women suffering a sexual assault in her lifetime, a conservative estimate, this clever little product has great potential. Of course, it neglects the fact that alcohol, all by itself, without the roofie, is more often the weapon of choice by assailants. And more importantly, it shifts the responsibility of, now don't get raped, back to women. We're told not to dress a certain way, not to walk a certain way. Now we have to wear our nails a certain way, lest men attack us. Jessica Valenti in The Guardian writes, "Why is it easier to invent anti-rape nail polish than find a way to stop rapists?" Because that would mean we'd have to dig deeper into our norms than most of us are comfortable doing. We'd have to admit we're taught to value boys over girls. We'd have to admit that when we do value women, it's how they look and not what they do. We'd have to admit that Women's Equality Day is just a nice gesture, not a statement of our reality. We'd have to question why we ask the parents of young girls if they plan to keep trying until they finally get a boy, and why we don't ask parents of young boys if they plan to keep trying until they get a girl. We'd have to question why we call a little boy champ and a little girl a pretty, pretty princess. We'd have to question why we shell out our cash and our souls to worship the billion-dollar industry of pro football, where the barely clad and barely paid women are as decorative as the foam fingers and beer koozies we can't wait to get our hands on each and every year. So, instead of honoring our achievements as women with an underwear line, give us the corner office and don't ask us to take notes on what you're saying. Instead of salivating over Sofia Vergara's curves, even if she's self-aware enough to let you do it, worry about the fact you might never know her true comedic genius as long as she's only viewed as eye candy. Instead of helping women by creating anti-rape nail polish, teach your boys that women don't exist to be their sexual conquests. And as we lean in, how about stop holding us back? Because bananas are delicious and rather portable. So it's really a bummer eating them behind closed doors.